All right. Hey, Lyft drivers, Uber drivers, any type of ride share drivers. So this weekend, I am about to head to New Orleans to drive this for one of the Mardi Gras weekends. So this will be my first time driving there during the Mardi Gras season, So I'm gonna see how it works out. Right now I'm kind of like in a pickle, I guess I would say, with my car because I'm trying to catch up on my car insurance and my car note, and I'm getting to the point to where I'm gonna need an oil change and some new tires. And so the reason why I'm being so vulnerable and honest about that is because people always ask questions like, is it worth it to do Lyft, versus does it like outweigh the upkeep, like as far as like having to maintain car insurance, having to maintain your car note if you have one, if your car is not paid off, um, you know, other things like oil changes if you don't do them yourself, um, getting the coolant changed out, like all of the things that you would need to keep your car up, the gas. And I would say right now, because I haven't been doing it consistently, I'm kind of if we're considering Lyft as a business, which it is for a lot of people that do it full time, right now I'm kind of in the negative, I would say. And that's just because I haven't been doing Lyft consistently enough for it to outweigh um, the upkeep or the cost. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all because I'm going to either do another video or maybe combine two videos and let y'all know, um, you know, how profitable this weekend is. And I'm sure it'll be, pretty profitable. It usually is. It's just that this is kind of like in the middle and beginning of Mardi Gras, which is not as busy. As the weeks progress, like kind of like towards February, mid-February, that's when it gets the most, profitable because it'll be more people there. So let me see if I'm leaving anything out. Okay. Hey guys. I know I said I would try to keep y'all updated on how driving this Mardi Gras weekend is going, and this is my first day. Um, it's a Friday, and today it's been fairly not busy um, than usual, even on regular Fridays where it's just like a typical weekend. So it's a little strange. And this is actually a good thing because I was anticipating, you know, maybe like a 300, $360 day. And it's looking like it's going to be more of like a $200 day. Even though the traffic has been pretty heavy, it's still the same amount of traffic, the same amount of people, same amount of pedestrians. But I haven't had a lot of luck today, or just a lot of requests. So my recommendation when it goes like this and you don't have the projected income that you anticipated, either have a plan B, like as far as like where you're gonna stop over at. So I mean, I have like other little things that I do to occupy my time, like trying to like learn Spanish, learn sign language. So I'll get on like little apps to kind of like eat up my time until I get a request. So that kind of helps. Or I'll jot down ideas about little creative projects that I want to work on. But I also would recommend that like have other apps, other rideshare apps. So if you use a main app like Lyft or Uber, have like alternative apps for when those things aren't as busy. Because sometimes, depending on what driver you talk to, some people prefer Uber, Some people prefer Lyft, and everybody has their different reasons. But if you have both, you can kind of capitalize on that potential income. And of course, there's others like Grubhub, DoorDash. But that's you have to decide whether or not you want to have to hop in and out of the car, deliver food, or whether you just want to pick people up, or what type of ride share you want to do. But having options will help in times like these where you anticipate it's going to be a busy night, and for whatever reason it's not. Now, I will say, like, if you're wondering, like, I have a good rating. I have a 4.9 or 5.0 rating. I'm a platinum driver. I mean, it's been a few weeks since I've driven for Lyft, but I don't know if they take that into account. Honestly, I think their algorithm has changed. I was looking at another guy's either Lyft video or article, and he was saying how the algorithm has changed. So and this was a couple years ago, so maybe it's changed again since then. But they, at one point in time, their algorithm was based off of your age. Just like an insurance company, the older you were, the more likely you were to get a ride because you were more trusted or experienced driver, at least in their eyes. They also take into account how often you touch your phone while you're driving. Because I know sometimes if I touch my phone too much trying to search the map, and and I have a current ride, it'll tell me not to tap the screen too much, so they can pick up on that. And I think it also takes into account whether or not you have an Android or an iPhone, amongst other things. So just take that into account. I want to do some more research on their algorithm because I think it kind of changes for whatever reason. But yeah, I haven't had much luck with rides. Usually my rides just kind of flow, especially during the weekend. This is like a busy area that I'm in, and it's been a very like strangely slow night. So like I said, those are my recommendations. Find little things to do. The only thing is you don't want to stop over somewhere too long, like unless you're in an area that you're familiar with. Um, because you do have to take that into account too. And sometimes the best solution might just be to stop or to not ride that night because, you could spend your time better elsewhere, versus, just kind of waiting around for a ride and losing time, because time can be a little more valuable than money depending on what you have going on. So sometimes I will just chalk it up to, well, this is just one of those nights and I'm just going to end it. Um, or sometimes I'll kind of wait it out and just be online for the full 12 hours, because the thing is, whether or not you're receiving rides or not, if you're online for 12 hours, most ride share companies will make you take a 6 hour break. So whether or not you were receiving a fluent amount of rides, they still kind of see that as like work time. Um, so they'll, whether you made 360 or $400 or 200 or however much you made in that 12 hours, they'll make you take a 6 hour break. So you have to, kind of decide, is it worth it for me to wait around for rides depending on how often you're getting them? Or should I just, end it tonight and just try my luck tomorrow? Um, and the last solution that I would offer, and I think I said this in another video, is to just contact somebody from the rideshare company, whether it's Lyft or Uber, and tell them like, hey, I have a good rating. I haven't had any complaints. I don't know what's going. I've done that several times. Like, I don't know why I'm not receiving the rides, but you all are saying it's busy. I'm looking at the forecast, the demand schedule, and it's a busy night. I'm looking around, and there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people. So usually, that would mean that you would get a fluent amount of rides, and I don't know why I'm not getting those rides. I don't know if I've been put down in the algorithm or put down in the queue for whatever reason, but I'm just making y'all aware that I am available to drive and I'm not, receiving the ride requests in relation to the traffic that I'm seeing. And so that kind of helps too. but like I said, you really have to be careful with some of the ride share companies because you want to make sure that they're not, wasting your time because I mean, without us like volunteering our cars, like they wouldn't have a company. So you do have to kind of like speak up, like if you're not uh, receiving requests. I'm just gonna kind of wait it out tonight, and if the same thing happens tomorrow, then I'll probably like send maybe like a little complaint or something like that, or not a complaint, but just a notice like, hey, this is what's happening. Like I'm available, but it's still not. Um, I'm still not, receiving any requests. Um, so yeah, so I'm gonna see what happens for the rest of tonight. I'm gonna see what happens Saturday, and I'll give you all some more updates. But hopefully things pick up, and we'll see how the rest of this weekend goes.